Hello, welcome to the 9th episode of EmanCast. I'm your host, EmanSM2. Joining me today is DannyBoy12, a Mario Maker 2 content creator and YouTuber.
Hello.
So, welcome to the 9th episode. We're going to be, we're in for a really good one today. I'm excited to have DannyBoy12 on today. So, Danny, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm honored to be on EmanCast.
That's good. I'm glad.
It's a very huge, very big deal for me.
Oh, well, I'm really glad to hear that. Thanks, man. I'm so excited to have you on. It's going to be a great episode. All right. So the first question that I had for you was, what made you motivated to start playing Super Mario Maker 2? Like, what was your primary motivation for wanting to start to play the game?
Well, when the game first came out, I didn't have a Nintendo Switch yet, and I just heard about the game. And I really wanted it for 2 years, and then in 2021 I finally saved up enough money, and I got the game for the first time, and just started making levels and posting the worst stuff imaginable to the servers, hoping to get a few likes. It slowly evolved into me making better and better levels, and to where we are today, where my levels are decent.
Yeah, that's exactly how I am. When I started playing Mario Maker 2, I just didn't know what I was doing. And then, as you grow and continue to do it, you'll eventually, get to a point where you're like, oh, this is what counts as a good level and this is what doesn't. Everyone starts somewhere.
I also learned how to do, decoration and stuff, so that way my levels look good, too, so they are more likely to get more likes.
Yeah. That's
not just people booing them due to them just being bad.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. The second question that I had for you was, in your opinion, what is the easiest and hardest part about Mario Maker 2? In your opinion, in your eyes?
Well, here's the thing. As someone who doesn't really, play the game as, a competitive thing very often, my opinion won't really be the best, but I think the easiest thing is... Actually, I'm going to start with the hardest thing, because that'll be easier to do.
That's fair.
I think the hardest thing is probably, for me, super expert, just because I'm bad at actually playing the game in general, or versus.
Oh yeah.
Because both of those require a lot of skill to do. Even if super expert, all you need to do is just skip over and over again until you get an easy level.
Right.
But I'm still bad at the game, so I only got a score of 4 on it. But the easiest thing is probably story mode. Actually,
Oh yeah.
But if we're including something in game, and I mean story mode's in game, but an actual part of the game, in the main thing, I'd consider easy endless probably.
Yeah.
Because, I know it might be confusing the way I was explaining how I don't really consider story mode as a main part of the game, just a little side thing that you can do if you want to.
Oh yeah. That's absolutely true. But yeah, I agree with you. Endless Super Expert, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Endless Super Expert, the only reason I can, even get levels cleared is by skipping levels and then finding a level that somebody played but skipped it after dying. And it's it's hard, it's easier said than done, but yeah, I'm with you.
I get lucky every once in a while. I'll get a 5-second level with 3 spikes in it that someone somehow died to. That's the best feeling ever. Right after you beat it, you feel amazing.
Exactly. You're like, oh, I just beat a super hard Mario Maker 2 level. It's I totally get it.
Yeah, I jumped over those 3 spikes and I feel like a champion.
Dude, that's me all the time. It's awesome. It's one of the best feelings. But now the next question I had for you in the center of Mario Maker 2, there are a bunch of communities in the game. So, to your knowledge, what are your thoughts about some of those communities in the game?
All right, so I am not a part of any of these communities. I've never been a part of any of the communities. The thing that I've done the most in them is the shell, Team Shell.
Yeah.
I've uploaded a few shell levels, but not with the hashtag Team Shell, just out of fun.
Right.
But I've heard of the Lido Squad, however you do it, where it's precision and stuff. I don't know. I haven't really heard much about any of the communities or done much with any of the communities, so I can't really say myself. But I did watch the interview with Eric. So I heard about like those different ones. So yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I can really say. I don't really have any knowledge on them. I'm sorry.
No, that's fair. It's understandable. Now, the next question that I had for you was, in a casual... So you stated that you don't really play Mario Maker 2 competitively as much. Yeah, but in a casual or a competitive sense, how do you feel about the game?
Like in general? Like... Just like a game as a whole, as a casual playing experience.
Yeah.
All right. So as someone who got it for a casual playing experience, I've always wanted the idea of making Mario levels was so cool to me, and it was just something I wanted to do for so long. So originally, I really enjoyed Mario Maker 1 when I had it,
right?
And I played it for hours. So when Super Mario Maker 2 came out, and I got that, and there was so many more options, I really latched onto it, and I had days where I played it for 11 hours with no stop because of how addicting and fun it was just to make your own levels and upload them, see how many likes it gets.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, this might sound kind of, I don't know, narcissistic or whatever. I don't know the right word, but the funnest part of the game for me was when my levels were doing well. The peak of my making career, when my levels were getting 300 likes each.
Oh yeah,
and
that's great.
Every time no matter what I did, they would always, I posted, the worst. One time I posted, this horrible kind of refreshing level called Unrefreshing Special, where it was the opposite of a refreshing level. One of my, worst levels ever. But it somehow has, to this day, 300 likes just sitting there on my profile. And you could tell that was the peak of my career because of the fact that, a bad level like that got 300 likes. So, back to the topic of, is the game good for casual playing? I say yes, because as a casual player, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And I still do. I just don't play it as often nowadays.
Right. I mean, you might think it's a bad level. So you said that refreshing level was it was making fun of refreshing levels.
Yeah.
Okay, what are you talking about? That's a bad level. That is the best level you could ever make, dude. Those refreshing levels, man, they get on my nerves. Any level that makes fun of them deserves to be in the same spot as the refreshing levels.
Oh, well, my level didn't do quite as well as the most refreshing levels. I find it really aggravating that people who spend 25 minutes on a really bad level just with sparkling lights everywhere.
Exactly.
It's like those YouTube, the kids creators for YouTube that just spam a ton of sound effects and bright lights to keep the people on, and the kids are whoa, flashing lights, and they stay on and give the people likes and stuff just because of that.
I know. It's crazy.
Just like that on Mario Maker 2, they keep the 5-year-olds entertained with all the flashing lights and stuff, and it just, I don't know, what bothers me. They should have Subway Surfers on the bottom to really drive in it.
They really should, honestly. But
they should, those you can program in the games and stuff, do mods and stuff. They should have every refreshing level. There's just Subway Surfers gameplay on the bottom. That would actually make them enjoyable.
That gives Shorts creators a brand new game to experiment with, dude. That is such a good idea.
If there's Mario Maker creators who what they call them, showcase levels.
Uh-huh.
And to make a YouTube short of it, they wouldn't even have to edit it with Subway Surfers on the bottom, because the raw footage just already has Subway Surfers on the bottom of it. If there's a Switch thing where you can record a 30-second video,
uh-huh,
I would just record a 30-second video of just a refreshing level of Subway Surfers on the bottom, export it to my phone, do it in iMovie or something, export it out, and just post it to YouTube Shorts. It's the easiest thing ever, and it'll probably get 1,000 views.
Bro, definitely.
On a competitive side of it, I can't really say that much because I don't play it competitively, because I'm not a competitive player. The only time when I did do it competitively is when I did it for a span of 2 weeks to grind versus.
Mm-hmm.
I ended up getting to S rank and then gave up because it was getting too hard. I didn't want to lose S rank and then go back up like I did before with A rank.
Right.
So, it was fun, but also really, really frustrating.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be saying this because this was a while ago, but I got so into it that one time, when I lost my A rank, I cried, no joke, just because of how emotionally competitive I was into the game.
Oh yeah, Versus does that.
I mean, I cried multiple times when I was doing verses, that for big verses grind, just because of the fact I was so emotionally into it.
Yeah.
And I hated the fact of losing any progress at all.
Right.
Like, so, I mean, I'd say don't get too competitive into Mario Maker, especially not versus, because it'll... I heard, I know I keep referencing Eric. I'll call him Eric because that's easier. But when I watched his interview, he was also talking about how his days of playing verses and stuff were dark times, quote unquote.
Right.
You know, it's hard on you grinding, so that's why I'm not going any further than S rank. It looks cool on your profile and you get a cool suit for it, so I'm just going to end it off there.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm not going any further with competitive, but, you know, if you're into that sort of stuff and you really like pushing yourself and stuff, I'd recommend it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I would agree. I'd agree 100% on the multiplayer versus stuff. Like, it's the same thing. Like, yeah, I was talking with Eric about. I said that, you know, it was like the competitive, like, point system. There's something about the brain that, like, wants more. They want more of this point rank to go up. So, like, you know, when it goes down, it gets frustrating. So, the next question that I had for you was, how do you feel... So, Mario Maker 2 has been out for over 4 years. So, how do you feel about the current state of Mario Maker 2?
Well, kind of dead, I'm going to be honest. I've noticed, like, this could just be my fault, but my levels have not been doing good at all lately. And I've also noticed other people's levels not doing good at all lately.
Yeah.
And I think that, like, you know... When, you know how sometimes there's this one level that just randomly blows up, like, you know, Wii Sports or Shell one, you know, that play as a Shell one?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Those levels that randomly blow up and stuff. I've noticed, you know, like, the ones that used to randomly blow up, they have, like, almost 1 million likes. Like, I forget, Celestial Sprint Speedrun. That's hit almost 1 million likes. And, you know, at that time, since it was new, the game was new, a ton of new players who were excited to play the game or trying to get their hands on any cool level that they could, which made the levels get more likes.
Right.
But nowadays, now that there's a lot less players, the levels that do quote-unquote blow up rarely get 100,000 likes, which I mean that is a lot, but compared to the beginning of the game's history, it's a lot less. So I feel like the game is slowly dying, but it does still have a pretty active community, I'd say. Not like big community, but the people who are still there are dedicated to playing the game.
Yeah.
So... That's why people, like, I don't know, the Super Mario Maker 2 YouTubers aren't completely broke. They still, like, you know, doing their content because they still have a community that wants to watch them.
Yeah. Mario Maker 2 still has a very active fan base, and I agree. Like, there's still a lot of people who watch, like, streams on it or videos on it. Like, there's, like, there's not going to be a world, like... Mario Maker 1 is still being played, even though they shut down the servers for uploading levels. It's still getting played. And, yeah.
I logged on to my Mario Maker 1 account randomly, and one of my levels has, like, 2 likes now, even though, like, one of my old levels on Mario Maker 1 has 2 likes after the servers were shut down. Like, people are still playing it. And
yeah, people are still playing it. Yeah.
I was, like... The reason why I got good at Super Mario Maker 2 making fast... Sorry, this is off topic.
No, you're good.
But the reason that I got so good at Mario Maker... I'm so good. That's a little narcissistic of me to say or something. But
fine.
The reason I got decent at making levels in Mario Maker 2 so quickly is because of the fact that I had practice in Mario Maker 1. And, you know, the Mario Maker 1 was just... If I was horrible at the beginning of my Mario Maker 2 career, then my Mario Maker 1 career was absolutely horrific. It was not good. I got 50 likes at max. And, you know how they did... I don't know if you played Mario Maker 1, but you know how they did this little medal system?
Oh, yeah. The medal system in Mario Maker 1 was
jank. Medal, and 100, you get another medal?
Yeah.
I wanted that other medal so bad so I could upload more levels. I had to wait, like, 3 weeks to get one more like to get to that 50 like. I was at 49 for, like, 3 weeks. I was sitting there checking every day, hoping and praying that I would have 50 likes.
Right.
But then when I got 50 likes, finally, servers shut down like a week later.
Oh.
So,
that's
poor me.
I understand. Like, the medal system in Mario Maker 1 was crazy difficult. Like, it was really jank, and I got a bronze medal in Super Expert, but that I don't even think that was in Mario Maker 1. So like they're definitely making it a lot easier for players to get it. But
I like how they do the medal system better now.
right.
I only have one medal, but still, it's
Better than none.
Medal. But
yeah.
So anyway, you can move on to the next question.
All right, no, you're good. Now, Danny Boy is a content creator on YouTube who makes Mario Maker 1 shorts and videos. So, in your opinion, how is it making content for the game, whether that is videos or YouTube shorts?
All right, well, the way I make my YouTube shorts, I mean, I'm not really going to post YouTube shorts anymore. It's like, now that I've done a voice reveal on my channel, I'm going to start doing, like, you know, actual videos and not just the little YouTube shorts with, you know, video gameplay I've been doing.
Mm-hmm.
But so far, it's been pretty fun, I'd say. Even with no, like, commentary or anything I've been doing.
Mm-hmm.
Just, like, you know, posting the videos, seeing how they do, it's fun, making the videos. Especially, personally, I like the Super Mario Maker 2 community.
Yeah.
Even though I feel like a lot of the people in it, like half of it, are interesting characters, to say the least. But, you know, it's still a fun community, and everyone's pretty supportive, which means, you know, when you do post stuff, you're almost always going to get, like, a fun, cool reaction, and it's been really fun growing my channel, and hopefully I'll grow it a lot more in the future with my new type of videos I'm going to be doing. Because right now my channel's pretty dead, so I'm going to try and revive it a little bit.
Now, the next question that I had for you was, how would you say that the Mario Maker 2 algorithm is really played out in general? We kind of talked about this a little bit with like medals and that, but now how would you say it really is played out?
To be honest, you know, not that great. The way I'm surprised, like, no joke, I'm sitting there like thinking, how are people going to find a level after it's been for like 2 weeks?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you have a level that's 2 weeks and, like, you know, has 3 likes or something, how is anyone else going to find it? Because of the fact, you know, there's hot courses or whatever, but I personally don't go on there at all. I don't really think anyone does.
Right.
The only thing people really check out is new courses to grind and, you know, popular courses to find the cool levels. The only thing you can really do to really make sure your levels get likes is to have a ton of people who follow you or, like, friends that want to play your levels.
Right.
But otherwise, I'm confused on how levels even get any plays after they've been uploaded for like 2 weeks. Because, you know, YouTube, there's recommended. I think they should add a recommended levels section or something. Mm-hmm. So that way levels can not be completely dead like most of mine are and continue to get likes afterwards. And maybe sometimes they could just randomly boost up and likes and stuff like the ones on YouTube do. I don't know. I feel like that just make it way more enjoyable in general.
Yeah.
But that's just me. So. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I get what you're saying. But
anyway, speaking of trending, say that in the comments down below if you're a true E-Man fan.
Yeah, say that. You say that. I totally
say the word trending down, just randomly.
Yeah, trending. Just if you're watching, please type trending. Thank you. You didn't hear it from me. You heard it from Danny Boy. He's our special guest. You gotta listen to what he says.
With 11 exclamation points afterwards, and then before that, don't forget, put like 1 period before it. And then, hear me out, after the N, between the N and D, put like what's that, the little line thing? I don't know what it's called. That little line thing that you put in between different words when it's the same
hyphen?
Thing. There we go. That way we know you're a true E-Man fan.
Now, the next question I had for you was, what are your thoughts about Nintendo's treatment of Mario Maker 2? And what are your thoughts about the lack of updates after the final major update?
Bad and not enough. It's obvious Nintendo doesn't care about the game very much.
Mm-hmm. True.
Because they stopped making updates after barely any. Like, when, like, this game, it was at its, like, almost peak. It had, like, a ton of players, you know. The updates were bringing new people in. Mm-hmm. But, you know, they stopped randomly and pretty much killed the game right there. Mm-hmm. They've sealed the game's fate they stopped uploading, or, you know, whatever it's called, updating.
Right.
So, like, I feel like they should be even if it's like little small updates, like one character here or there to add in the editor or something.
Oh, absolutely.
They should continue just small updates so that people stay updated. It's like stay waiting and be like, what's the next big thing they're going to add and how am I going to make levels with it?
Yeah.
I need stuff like that. And what was the second version of that question? I don't know what you said.
What are your thoughts about the lack of updates in Mario Maker 2?
I kind of already touched on that.
Oh, yeah, you did.
You know, I honestly don't like it. I would be still playing a lot. I would be playing a lot more to this day if they still had like these little updates that you can make levels with.
Mm-hmm.
And personally, one of the reasons I really basically stopped making levels, I do occasionally, but you know, not as often, is because of the fact I'm burnt out. I don't really have anything new to do with the levels.
Right.
So, you know, making them isn't a fun experience anymore like it used to be. But if they every once in a while added like a new character, like I don't know, Charging Shock or something.
Ooh, that'd be
like
good.
That's what I wanted them to add, Charging Shock or something.
Yeah.
It'd make people talk about it. Like, did you see the new Mario Maker update? Yeah, we should go make a level or something.
Oh yeah.
And people will want to play levels with Charging Shock in it, etc. And it'll make the game just more thriving.
Even just adding one thing, you're exactly right. Even adding just one thing will literally drive the traffic up in the game.
Mm-hmm. But the fact is, it's a dead game. No more. You know what I mean?
Right.
No more updates. The dead game is, and Nintendo killed it. They did. They murdered it brutally by no more updates. Also, am I allowed to say that? It's a family channel.
You're
family-friendly content all around.
Always,
okay. Yep.
But
so, you know.
Yeah,
it's just, you know, Nintendo could easily just make it. If Nintendo was actually cared about this game, the game would still be thriving to this day.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, it's still thriving, just not as well.
Right. I agree. Now, the next question I had for you was, what is your favorite and least favorite part about Super Mario Maker 2 in your eyes?
I'm sorry, I was going to say story mode is least favorite, but I don't like it. It's the neutral. I don't like it. I don't hate it.
Right.
Personally, I don't play it, so it's kind of just, it's one of those things where you never think about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you do go upon it, you're like, oh, that's cool, and then just move on.
It exists.
But it exists, and I acknowledge it, but I will not be using it anytime soon.
Yeah.
For me, the best part of it is, you know, making courses. That's the only reason I bought the game, is to, you know, make courses, and, you know, the only main reason I'm still playing is because of the community.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, off topic again. But,
you're good.
You know, the community and the level making, best part of the game to me. Like, those combined is the reason I played 11 hours a day for a span of a few weeks. But the worst part, refreshing levels.
Oh, yeah. That's fair, 100%.
No, it's not actually. I'm not like a big hatred for the game. There's nothing I really hate about the game.
Right.
It's just there are a few things that, you know, they could improve. Like, you know, lack of updates.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But, yes.
Yeah. Now, the final question that I had for you, Danny, was if you could give any advice to a new level creator, or any level creator for that matter in Mario Maker 2, what would you give, whether that's making or creating levels?
All right, well, one thing that I would say to you is, you know, there are two kinds of level creators in Mario Maker. There are the people who just want to have fun and make levels, like, for themselves. Mm-hmm. And post it to maybe see if people like them, or the people like me who, you know, want to drive their likes up, get more likes, you know, stuff, and have successful levels. Mm-hmm. You know, if you decide what you want to be and stick to it, or, I mean, if you want, like in the middle, if you really want to start getting levels, you can learn how to make them better and stuff. But the main thing I'm saying is, don't really stress about likes unless you want to stress about likes. Because in the end, it's just a game. You don't really have to worry about stuff like that. Yep. I originally wanted to play it for fun, and then, you know,
you start making content.
It did go into like an unhealthy thing for a while. I don't know. It's hard to explain. If you get too into the making, like, you know, making popular levels and stuff, and you do like get addicted to it. When a level doesn't do well, it hurts. Like, for me, whenever a level didn't do well that I really cared about, like, especially lately, it really hurts. And if you don't have the mindset that you need every level to get over 100 likes like I do, you'll have fun with the game, more fun with the game. So I'd recommend just, don't have a mindset where every level needs to get over 100 likes or have a certain like goal. Just make it for fun, post it, for people to enjoy and not just to grind the algorithm and get the most likes possible. So that's my advice for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I do believe that, just, having fun with the game is, what it's all about. So I 100% agree. Well, those were all the questions that I had for you. So thank you so much for joining me on the 9th episode of EmanCast, Danny.
Mm-hmm. Of course, it was fun. I liked it.
Yeah. If you guys haven't already, please go check out Danny Boy's channel.
Yay.
That's gonna be in the link in the description. He makes amazing Mario Maker 2 content. He makes amazing content in general. You won't regret checking it out. Thank you for watching this episode of EmanCast. And I will see you all when I see you, because there is currently no schedule for the next episode of EmanCast. So, have a good one, guys, and take care.
Please save my dead channel. Bye-bye.